Well, the US Senate tried and failed twice on Thursday to avoid $85 billion in across-the-board spending cuts set to begin today. As House members left Washington for the weekend, Senate Democrats proposed new taxes on millionaires and cuts in agriculture and defense, while Republicans wanted to have President Obama come up with replacement cuts by March 15th. But it all ended with bipartisan bickering.
US President Obama is feeling the chill of political deadlock as Democrats and Republicans play the blame game over budget cuts. Automatic reductions are due to come into force later unless the parties reach agreement to avoid the pruning. Democrats want tax rises, which Republicans reject.
The president talks about closing loopholes, but only as a solution to fund more government spending. Do we want to close loopholes? We sure do. But if we're going to do tax reform, it should focus on creating jobs, not funding more government.
Obama says the cuts, around €65 billion, will wound the economy. The reductions, known as the sequester, will hit military and domestic spending, with millions of federal workers facing 22 days off work without pay.
I hope they stop playing games and stop playing politics and start working for the people. Do the right thing.
Given the still moderate underlying pace of economic growth, this additional near-term burden on the recovery is significant. Having adverse effects on jobs and incomes, a slower recovery would lead to less actual deficit reduction in the short run for any given set of fiscal actions.
The sequester's arbitrary cuts leave areas from defence to education and air traffic control to healthcare at risk. Thousands of federal workers could be forced to take unpaid leave for up to 22 days. Border security, federal prisons, law enforcement, even government subcontractors are looking to lose out as everyone feels the pinch. The Congressional Budget Office painted a bleak picture in January. It said the sequester could shave 0.6% off US GDP and cost hundreds of thousands of jobs, something that's left the IMF reviewing its 2013 growth forecast. Even if the cuts' effects are unlikely to be immediate, analysts believe its impact in the long run will be one a struggling US economy can ill afford.